How's it, guys, and welcome back to Ultimate Exotics. So for those of you who follow our channel, a few weeks ago we had our beautiful albino white-lip tree vipers that were born. Today we got some more white lips that are born. These are just normal ones though, which are still great to see. Every time we see healthy babies being bred in our collection, we're always very excited, and there's some beautiful baby vipers here. The amazing thing is that we started mating these about 6 months ago, and we paired up these females on the same day. And now 6 months later, on the same night, both females dropped their babies. It's just incredible how these females have this biological clock, and how they just incubate those babies inside of them at the same amount of time, and then they have these live babies. So let's check out these beautiful baby white-lip tree vipers. Okay, so here's the first female that dropped last night. And yeah, there's just a bunch of little babies here. Check at these guys out. Oh, there's only one. Oh no, there's two. They are just so beautiful. Let's try and take this out a bit. And there you can see some more babies. Probably about 9 or 10 babies. Now remember, these white-lip tree vipers are venomous, so you have to be very careful with them. Their venom is primarily cytotoxic, so you just obviously want to avoid a bite at all costs with any venomous snake. But look at that baby, how cool is that? They're just perfect replicas of their parents. And there's the mom, even the little baby on her there. So awesome. And there's one thing which is quite interesting, is when they first dropped, or they come out the mother, they come out in a little clear sac like that. So it's like a perfect egg without a shell. Look how cool that is. Amazing. You can see the yolk sac over there, and then here's the little baby, and it's just so incredible. You can see that baby alive and well in there, and he's actually going to break out of here any minute now. Hey little guy. Just going to help him out of there a little bit. Okay, let's have a look at the second female. She's right at the top, so I'm going to see if I can just take this tail out, and we'll pop it down over here. And look at these babies. She's had a big clutch of babies, or big litter of babies. Oh man, there are just so many. And they're nice and big, healthy babies. Oh man, we're so chuffed. They are big. Look at all of them, and they're so well camouflaged. So these guys, the white-lip tree vipers, they are naturally found throughout Asia. They have a very widespread locality. Well, I've just got a little guy escaping here. I'm just going to pop this little guy back. There we go. So yeah, they have a very wide locality throughout Asia. And like I said, these guys are venomous. Their venom is primarily cytotoxic, so you have to practice your proper venomous snake handling techniques and don't take any chances. Any bite from a venomous snake is a bad thing and must be avoided at all costs. When it comes to keeping arboreal vipers, this species is definitely recommended as one of the as a good starter species with regards to arboreal vipers. They are hardy. They give a lot less problems than other, some more sensitive species of arboreal vipers. The only difficulty now, I would say, is getting these babies onto pinkies. They are quite difficult, and it takes a lot of time and patience, and sometimes takes some, the tease feeding doesn't really work so well with them, we find. They're more stress out, like with the variable bush vipers, the tease feeding works really well. They have very good bite and hold response, where these guys, they're more they try to get away if you start trying to tease feed them. So what we do is we just offer them pinkies on a weekly basis. Some start taking within a few weeks, and others take a lot longer. And then we go for scenting. We scent with sometimes reed frogs, sometimes geckos. But yeah, it just takes a lot of time and patience, but a lot of the time we get most of the babies on to pinkies. There's the mother. She's just such a beautiful bright green, this one. Just check at all these little guys. Brand new, born last night. Only a few hours old. They're just perfect. I can't believe how big these are as well. They came out really big. It's always so exciting seeing these. You guys won't believe it. So yesterday I was showing you our 2 female white-lipped tree vipers that had dropped their babies. They dropped 2 beautiful clutches, and I was saying how amazing it is that they dropped 6 months later on the same night. And then the night, one night after, our 3rd female dropped, and look, we got more babies. It's just incredible. I can't believe it. Look at how beautiful these guys are. So now this is the 3rd female. She dropped 1 day apart from the other 2. So it's just incredible how their clock works. And there she is. And unfortunately, you can see the one little stillborn. It does happen. So that's a little stillborn baby. And then those yellow things are unfertilized eggs. So those are eggs that developed inside of her, follicles that developed inside of her, but just didn't get fertilized. And there's a couple more. You can see it there. But there's all a bunch of beautiful babies. Can you believe it? 3 girls dropped in 2 days. Some beautiful white-lipped tree vipers. Okay guys, I just thought I'd show you quickly how we set up our baby white-lipped tree vipers. It's a nice, simple setup that works well for us. And we've had very little issues using this kind of setup. So the substrate, we just use paper towel, which is easy to clean. And then we've got that plastic grid, which is basically a structure which they use to climb. So it's kind of like an artificial tree in a sense. And this plastic grid allows them to perch on it nicely, where they can feed from there, and they spend a lot of time just sitting comfortably on this perch. And then obviously we just have a water bowl of clean drinking water. So very simple but very effective. The size of the tub is about a 2-liter size tub, and this works really well, and we'll probably serve them for the first 4 or 5 months, and then they have to move into something quite significantly bigger. And at that time we also will then go on to our cocoa husk bark mix as a substrate and move them off the paper towel. Paper towel is just really nice for when you're starting to get them onto feeding, so they can clearly see the pinky, and there's very little else in the way of their food. And then basically our relative humidity is quite high, so we just have to spray them about once a week in this type of setup, and yeah, that's perfect. So we've got a lot of tubs to set up, but these guys are quite happy here. Their scientific name is Trimeresurus albilabris. And what's also great about these babies is that they are sexually dimorphic. And this is a male, and you can tell that it's a male. It's got that white lateral stripe that runs along its body. And you can see the females have a very faint stripe, but the males have quite a significant white stripe, but the stripe also runs on their face. And I'll show you a female now. But it's great that these babies are sexually dimorphic. It makes it easy to determine their sex without having to get too close to them or disturb them too much. But you can just see that white stripe on his face and running along his body. So that is 100% a male. Okay, and then let's have a look at this little one. This to me looks like a female. Yeah, you can see a very faint stripe there, but not clear white like you saw in that male. And then along her face there, you'll see there's no stripe whatsoever, just a green face. So that is a female. So it's quite cool how these babies are sexually dimorphic, and it becomes more obvious as they mature as well. So with the adults, it's much more obvious than with the babies, but you can still see it in the babies. So guys, like I said, we just spray them once a week, and that helps with the humidity. That also, some of the babies do prefer to drink the water off the side of the container rather than out the water dish. So just a light spray once a week. We don't want to make the paper towel too wet, just slightly damp, and then it will slowly dry throughout the rest of the week. And then we keep them in a rack in these containers with a hotspot on the one side of 28 degrees Celsius, and the room temperature varies between 20 and 25 degrees Celsius, so it gives them a nice temperature gradient. Not too warm, just nice and constant. So yeah, works really well like this. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing those beautiful baby white-lipped tree vipers. They're just perfect replicas of their parents. They're all looking super healthy. We're going to go and get them into their individual containers now, get them set up, wait for them to have their first shed, which normally happens in about a week to 10 days time. And then we'll start the feeding. With them, they seem to take quite a while to start eating, so we don't rush it, we don't stress them out too much, and we just follow our regular feeding routines. And after some time, those ones that are giving us still a bit of trouble, that are not taking pinkies, we then start working with our different techniques to get them going. But I'm pretty confident. In the past, we've had a very good success rate with our babies, so I'm confident we'll get them eating, and yeah, we'll keep you updated on their progress. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing those beautiful babies. Please hit the like button, leave a comment below, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Keep well. Cheers.